This morning, Better Business Bureau of Central Oklahoma is warning residents to be on guard when it comes to those door-to-door peddlers. During the warm summer months, many scammers take to the streets in order to comb the neighborhoods. Then these conmen often go door-to-door to employ a myriad of different tricks to steal money and personal information. Here to talk more about that, we've got Sean Rose joining us today. Okay, so summer is a time to be on the lookout for these door-to-door scammers. What are you seeing right now?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, there's so many variety of different that these scammers employ that it just ranges to a whole different gambit, including home repair. Since sometimes in summer people want to redo a house or redo part of a flower bed, something like that, and you'll see people knocking and saying, hey, I can do this pretty cheap, or I can just after a storm when a tornado damage comes through or heavy wind damage comes through.
So what's wrong with that, though? I mean, why shouldn't you?
So typically when that happens, you'll see a couple different things. One is that they'll just take a large chunk of money and say, I can do it for this much. Somebody writes them a check and then they disappear and never come back.
Ooh.
Or they come back and they do really spotty bad work. And even sometimes the other kind of scam that we see is a type of work injury scam. So they come in there with the intention of either faking an injury or intentionally injuring themselves in order to pursue a workers' compensation claim or legal action against the homeowner.
That is scary.
It is.
So you really need to look for like an accredited
you want to
business.
Find, somebody who's accredited, obviously with the BBB is always great. Somebody who's bonded and insured, has up-to-date legal filings with Secretary of State, Construction Industry Board, stuff like that.
Okay.
Another type of scam that we see that's pretty common is alarm system scams or security system scams, which actually a city in western Oklahoma put out an alert this week about that. People were coming around saying that they were from the city or from the Department of Labor and that they were working for alarm security systems company, and the city had to put out a release and say, we don't have anybody that does that. Anybody who handles security or systems like that is the sheriff and the city police department. So
it's a big deal then up there.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So that's something that we kind of see, and it's kind of pretty common, generally right around mid-May to the 1st of June that you start to see more and more door-to-door scams.
Okay.
And one of the more common ones that I think people see all the time are magazine subscription scams.
Yeah, I think Lucas actually has had that happen to him a couple of times.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's pretty common, and somebody can come selling the Game of Thrones fan club magazine subscription, and it's either at a really inflated rate, or you write them a check and you never see them again. You never get any of the magazines.
Oh gosh, okay. Well, that's good to know. It's kind of scary right there. So basically, moral of the story, go on to BBB, make sure that you are looking for accredited businesses that are accredited with you guys.
Yeah, do your research. Always check and ask. A lot of municipalities and different governments in the state regulate whether or not they have what's called a peddler's credential or a door-to-door solicitor's license.
Okay.
Ask them for their license. Always, never really cave under pressure. If somebody's getting really pushy and trying to make that sale right then, you can ask them to leave your property and go and check up on them or tell them to come back at a certain date.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always important to do your research, never pay anything up front, and always get details in writing of anything you sign with any type of merchant.
All right, thank you so much. Happy early birthday to you.
Thank you.
If you need to contact the BBB, go to oklahomacity.bbb.org. You can also call 239-6081. We'll be right back.